nice. So we got reviews, it was a big show, huge show. During a curtain call, we would all hide behind each other because everybody was embarrassed. So we closed that show and went back to LA, and I thought, well, you know, darn it, I'm going to get a Broadway show. And I got my second pre-Broadway show. We reopened the Las Palmas Theater in Hollywood, and it was called Heaven Sent. It was a Cole Porter show, starring Charlotte Rae and a lot of really good people, and I had a great part. I played a god, and I had some snappy songs and funny patter to say, and I thought, this was it, you know, going to New York. And so some costume designer thought it was a really great idea to put this body in a skin-tight silver lame jumpsuit with wings and a little cape and boots and a little hat. I looked like a very bad hooker on Sunset Boulevard. So when the reviews came out, one of the reviewers said I looked like a pair of chrome pliers. And the unkindest cut of all, one of them said I looked like a pair of tweezers. So we closed after that, and I burned the costume in the alley. I had a little ceremony. And so then I thought, well, I got to keep going here. So then I got my next pre-Broadway show. It was Chaplin with Anthony Newley. We did it to the Dorothy Chandler. I was playing his brother, had a great song to sing. I was understudying Anthony Newley. You know, we were working on the show every day. We were doing really well, and I thought this was it. You know, we're going to Broadway. We closed here. A new director came in and said, we're going to New York. Send your bags, get going. So I thought, this is it. We sent our bags to New York. I sent all my clothes to New York. So the day before I was to get on the plane, we get a call and say, don't come. And I said, okay, what about my clothes? And so then he said, no, don't come. And then on the front page of the New York Times was an article that David Susskind and Jimmy Niederlander, who were the producers, had a huge fight in the office and said, well, screw you, and walked away from the show, and all of us in the costumes. So I thought, well, you know what? I'm going to New York anyway. I had a ticket, so I got on the plane, I went to New York, and I finally got a Broadway show. And I know you've all heard of it. It was called Wind in the Willows. And in it, I played a weasel, but not always a weasel. Sometimes I was a bunny, and I understudied a toad. So when the reviews came out, it said, put out the papers, the animals are back on Broadway. And so we closed after the first weekend. And then I thought, I better rethink what I'm doing with my life. So I came back to California, and that's when my whole other chapter started, which is a much better chapter anyway. But I love Broadway music, and I would like to do two of my favorites, and I would like to dedicate them to my wife and to my kids tonight. Nothing's gonna harm you, not while I'm around. Nothing's gonna harm you, no sir, not while I'm around. Demons are prowling everywhere nowadays. I'll send them howling, I don't care, I got ways. No one's gonna hurt you, no one's gonna dare. Others may desert you, not to worry, whistle, I'll be there. Demons will charm you with a smile for a while, but in time, nothing can harm you, not while I'm around. Mother isn't here now. Who knows what she'd say? Nothing's quite so clear now. Feel you've lost your way. No one is alone. Believe me, no one is alone. Believe me truly, you move just a finger You say the slightest word, something's bound to linger, be heard. No one acts alone, and no one is alone. People make mistakes, fathers, mothers, people make mistakes. They're holding to their own and thinking they're alone. Just honor their mistakes. Everybody makes one another's terrible mistakes. Witches can be right, giants can be good. You decide what's right, you decide what's good. Just remember, someone is on your side, our side, someone else is not. And while we're seeing our side, maybe we forgot that they are not alone, and no one is alone. No one's gonna hurt you, no one's gonna dare. Others may desert you, not to worry, just whistle, I'll be there. Demons will charm you with a smile for a while, but in time, nothing can harm you, not while I'm around.